I thought Harambe died of natural causes. I don't understand. I thought it was a tragic story, and then everybody told me he was shot.
How popular was anime like at your era? Was it like looked down upon? Were people like bullied?
Looked down upon. It was the single worst thing you could do to your social standing.
Good. I just wanted to confirm.
D&D nerds were like, dude, that is too much.
You remind me like a story that I had like in university.
I think even from a young age, I've always preferred the nocturnal hours to daytime. I've always enjoyed being awake all night.
That's
playing
a true
games.
gamer right here.
but like you said, I've been playing games since they were invented, and so that hand in hand goes with nighttime. I beta tested like rock, paper, scissors. It was just like rock, and then we were like, okay.
So to shake it out.
So,
the rock's gonna get off.
one of these days, but
How
my son.
is it being a father?
Well, it's unlike anything that I thought I like. Any expectations I had or any anticipatory like reading I did, nothing, and I mean nothing, prepares you for what it's like to be.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And there's no advice that I've been told a lot of great things by fathers and like, you know, fatherly figures. Here's what's to expect, or don't worry about this. It's all out the window when you have a living, crying, screaming, pooping baby who's. And I'm talking about my wife still. No, I'm kidding. I love you, honey. Don't get mad at that. I was just making a joke. So when you have like this thing, I hate when people say I have ADHD, right? But I like literally have it. Like,
Yeah.
I was like the first kid who had it, and the treatments like when we were kids. I remember my mom took me to like this ADHD specialist.
Pioneer of ADHD.
I seriously was. And they were like,
invented ADHD.
well, they put you on all these different pills,
Yeah.
which my mom I think was like, I'll just take those. You don't need them. And I was like, those are uppers, aren't they? And I'm like, okay, but they gave me these headphones that were like giant like 1970s cans of these things, and I had to listen to whales communicating for like 3 hours a night to try to calm your mind. And I was like, I was like,
I thought that was just like a meme.
no, I am the meme. So I am. That's me.
Holy shit.
So we did that. We had
it help?
I don't think I'm stable. I think I don't know what happened to me, but like I don't think it helped. I was like 8 or 9.
He lied. His highlight is playing Final Fantasy Tactics for 50 hours.
Oh my God, brother. That was so hard for me. It was like it was peak in watching you, but it was like I love that game so much. It was you made the same mistake so many
If
times.
you're playing the game, every 5 minutes you go like, no.
So imagine like, let me put this in words that are not tactics to like the layman. If somehow it was a situation where Connor's on a date and I have like an earpiece and I'm supposed to be helping him, and I'll be like
wingmanning him.
him, and I'm watching from like the Mission Impossible van with like, you know, I'm like, okay, here's what you say. Tell her that her hair looks beautiful when the moonlight bounces off of it. And then you're just like, you look fucking hot. And I'm like, no, you're throwing. This was you 75 times in this game. I got into some voice acting work where I worked for a cult here in Japan where I did the voices. This is so stupid.
I've heard this story, but we should probably hash it out. We should start from the beginning.
So how did this opportunity come around? Like,
Well, this was actually one of the first opportunities I had, was because when in Niigata, I met a member of that church, and they said, you have such a lovely voice. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And they were like, you know, you should do work for our El Cantare or whatever. And I was like, what? I was like, no, I haven't had that on the menu yet. I was like, what's that? And they were like, no. They were like, no, that's the great one. I was like, oh, okay, I misheard that. But like, you know, and so I came to Tokyo, and it was like I was so young, man. And I was 31. I mean, I was young comparatively, but you know, in my experiences in the country,
Thank you for that. That makes me feel so much better.
any woman voice that I've ever done, unless it's like the secretary that I use the same voice for my mom, where it's like, you know, Ghostbusters, what do you want? Like, that's fine. I can get away with that once per game.
Yeah.
But the most universally hated voice that I think sounds accurate, but everybody seems to disagree. Is any child in any video game, I give the same voice, and it sounds like this. And you guys can be the official.
Sure.
Okay.
Let's
It's
imagine.
not that impressive because it's like
I'm closing my eyes. I'm closing my eyes.
Just imagine I'm like 6. Okay.
Okay.
That's fucking awful.
That's how kids talk. I've never met a kid. That's
Where? In like
They're
in
so
what? In the
funny.
fucking
They
Sopranos?
You sound like Marge gurgling water.
I need the new Transformers.
Did that
kid voices.
Did that kid just like pack away like a pack of Marlboros?
I think that's 100% canon. So it's like
the average Kansas City kid.
selling newspapers and smoking cigs. Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's a loss. I've had so many random jobs. My first one that I can remember doing. I worked for NHK for a while. That was kind of cool.
How did that all come about?
So I found an advertisement, or someone told me that it's an open call, and it's a show where they have like 8 to 10 foreigners, and they're all from different countries, and they say like, today's theme is something Japanese. It could be like bentos, and then they send 3 of the foreigners out on location somewhere, and they experience a different kind of bento. Maybe this is the most expensive one. Maybe this is the most beautiful one.
Right.
And then we talk about like bentos in America, dude, would never work because there's no burgers. And and you're like, okay.
Valid.
Yeah. But like it was tough because you had to represent the entire nation.
Right.
So
Of America.
That's overwhelming power. And so I get to say all the opinions and then be like, well, if they're right or wrong, it doesn't matter. But you had to be very careful. You just say things like, as far as I know, bone in is best. And then you'd have like a thing. I'm just saying as an example.
Tell me how you really feel.
Bone in is best.
Oh,
so,
fine.
but like,
Hey, that's what I'm talking
that's what I'm
about. Finally, someone
Let's
on the
go.
podcast that agrees with me.
I just
Oh
can't
my
believe
God.
it took this long. So, but yes, that's all of America's opinion. Don't worry, on behalf of me. So,
I would know. I worked at the NHK.
when cable was a thing, this was like high school, right?
Yeah.
And we would all be, maybe middle school, early high school, we would be sitting around the TV that has cable but not HBO, Cinemax, and that's what we called it back then, and like the other movie channels.
Yeah.
And we'd be watching the distorted like blur, and then somebody'd be like, I saw the boob. I'm like, no, you didn't. That's not possible. You did not. And I was like, wait, maybe that was. And I was like, I think that's a nipple. And we would sit there and just hope. And like, we would see it in the squiggles and in the coloring that like popped in. And sometimes you'd get like a glorious, like it just somehow the planets would align.
Yeah.
And you'd get like 6 minutes of like a movie and you'd be like, get the tape recorder, hit record. And it was, that was the old days. You had page 95. We had Skinamax distorted boobs. I mean, kids now. I feel sorry for them. They have the whole thing in their hands with not the
They
thing.
got everything,
Yeah,
every kind
Yeah.
of
They
design.
also have that in their hands.
Don't even have to work for it. It's just
They don't even
they
have
don't
to
know
play
the
Age
real
of Empires.
struggle
Yeah.
of having to be secretive. All they do is fucking go to incognito, and that's all the all the
think-
job they need to do.
I might have. I know I did. I definitely printed off a naked woman's picture once from the internet.
Really?
For sure.
Yo, same here.
Wow, you're mugging
Hey,
me.
don't worry about it.
What the
because,
fuck?
And then you would like fold it up and be like, someday I'll use, and then you'll forget, and your mom would be like, I found this clean. You're like, it's like Carmen Electra or something. I don't know. But like, who knows? But sometimes Japanese businesses get kind of creative with how they sell programs and things. And we had like a point system where like you could buy 33 million points, and each lesson you could choose to spend 12,000 of them for 50. And I was like, this makes no sense to me. But he wanted people to buy lessons in bulk so that we would pocket a lot of initial money. And then he lost it all in pachinko, like every day. So, oh yes, he did. If I needed to find him for something, I didn't have to go far to the local pachinko place. And he was like,
How did he even get this money to get off the ground?
I think they gave him a fairly sizable loan to do this.
Or they wanted at the pachinko.
Or he wanted at the pachinko.
I could not imagine going just to be like, where's my boss? Oh, he's gambling all my wage away.
Yeah.
Well, that, and we still didn't have the right formula for like, what am I teaching exactly? Like, I don't know what's happening. But I made the best of it that I could, and his brother, who spoke about 35 words of English, helped write some of the AB dialogues, and those made absolutely no sense. They would.
AB dialogue is a conversation.
It's a conversation between two characters, and it'd be like, "Hello," and he'd be like, "Die," and I'd be like, "What?" I'd be like, I was like, I don't think that's where we should start because this is at a grocery store. And he's like,
what to do when you run into a murderer?
I also
Standard day in Ohio.
I know that there is malls and there are different things, but I'd never heard of lessons, English lessons given out in a mall.
No, we were pretty much the pioneers of this one.
I was wondering how well you've adapted to all like the, let's say, the online lingo and the online memes.
I'm struggling.
What's your favorite meme now?
I just found out what down bad means. I thought...
Yeah, you do keep saying I'm down bad.
I thought it meant like at the gambling table, I was like, I'm down bad. like I thought I was losing money. I'm down bad. Or it's like in the video. Like,
Did you get weird looks from like the ladies?
I don't know. No, I get weird looks anyway.
He's down bad?
You look at the dealer and you're like, man, I'm really down bad today, man.
Yeah, and
like, get away
that
from
makes
me.
sense to me. Or like I'll be playing like a video game and I'll like on Twitch or something, and I'll be losing subsequent like Suika game where I'm down bad, and then everyone, I guess that's similar to I really am horny.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
so stupid
you
that
also-
we've adopted.
Oh, it's more
You
like
also-
you're desperate.
Oh, okay.
You're desperately horny.
One thing that you also kept saying at some point is that you, and as a use for excited, you would say I'm bricked up.
Yeah, I'm all bricked up. That makes sense, man. I'm all bricked up.
I'd be like, "Are you ready for the day?" He's like, "I'm bricked up." And I'm like, "What the fuck?"
So I'm taking those words back. So I'd be.
Did you ever have those words?
No, but I want to reestablish what they mean. So
my
he'd be like,
God.
"All right, today's a big day. We have Twitch rivals." I'm like, "I'm all bricked up. I'm ready to go." What does that mean?
Bricked up means you have a fucking erection.
Yeah, it's erect. It's bricked
you're
up.
bricked
It's
up.
bricked. It's like a brick.
Like a brick.
All right.
I mean, technically, you're not wrong.
I guess, yeah.
Like, you're so excited you have an erection.
I was like, I'm bricked
I'm
up.
bricked up.
All right. Well,
Body
all right.
is ready.
Yeah.
Streaming and content creation is not at all like that. It can be, it can be, I want to play this thing, but the interest is very narrow, but it's still going to be a good experience. So that can be challenging. So that was a good one. So thank you to my wife for praying for, and thank you to
you got the
Umamusu.
success. You got the success.
It
You
worked.
got that 3K.
Yeah, man, it was a wild month, and that led right into the day he was born. I was playing Umamusume until 6 a.m. and I had just taken. Well, my wife opened the door and she said, "It's time, and I was like, "Not yet. I have to." I'm Kita-san Black here. I'm on a legendary run, and I was like, "Can you just?" And I'm like live streaming. So, but she said it's time, and I was like, "What?" And so I just stood up and left. Like I didn't even turn off my stream or anything. I just left, and I took her to the hospital.
Yeah.
And initially they said you can't be in here because you didn't sign up 6 months ago.
Yeah.
That's how it is in Japan.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay.
Regulations.
Yeah. And maybe it's a COVID thing that's like carried over.
Yeah.
And originally I didn't want to be there because I was supposed to be taking care of Kupo, the cat. So I went back home and I actually had bought a DAPS Fat Boy sandwich. And I was like, finally, wives having babies. I can wait. And they said it's not going to be until noon. So you have like 6 or 7 hours and then you can come back and wait in like the parking lot and then come in and be like, good job, and then leave.
Yeah.
And so I'm about to eat this great sandwich. I just ended the stream, finished a couple more races in Umamusume.
Yeah.
Tough day for me. And then my wife's like, it's happening now. And they said you can come back. So I'm like, oh. No, I'm kidding. I went there. I had been up 36 hours or something. She had been up 25, 36 hours. She had the baby and it was always great. And it was, but like
right back to Umamusume.
back to Umamusume. I was like, does the day resets, the daily resets in 12 minutes? Can we sing it? Can we?
It's like my son, anyway.
Yeah. Well, I didn't see it. I was like, winning ticket, and they're like, your son? I'm like, yeah. So his name, unfortunately, now is just Winning Ticket Macy. They thought I was naming him. So no, it was a good transition. I went from my pretty horses to my beautiful son. So
Yeah.
there you go.
Stuff.
Tell me if this guy did me a real dirty thing. I went to because we only have like Starbucks near my house. So if you don't like Starbucks, that's fine. It's trash coffee, whatever. But I went there and I'm a regular. I go there almost every morning. So just to get some coffee. drink water, just hang out, just detox, whatever. And this viewer, he noticed me and he was like, "Oh, it's premiertwo." And I was like, "What's up, man?" He didn't know my name. I had to make that part up. But he was like, I know you. And he was like, "You come to this coffee shop often?" I was like, yeah. And I was like, "I'm just going to grab a coffee." He's like, "Okay, me too. I want to get a coffee." And I actually had a coupon that's like the one more coffee that you get like, it's like $1.50 or something.
Right.
Yeah.
And the staff, I don't know what it is at this particular Starbucks. Every single guy or girl is like a model. They're the most insanely attractive. I think it's because it's a university town, and they're all just like young baristas, and the guy's like cleaning the glass, and the girl's like, "Konnichiwa, hey Peter, you're back." And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a regular." And I was like, "I still got it." And I was like, "One more coffee, please." She's like, "Can I have the receipt?" And I was like, "Yeah, here you go." And then she was like, "That's a McDonald's receipt." And I was like, "Okay, let me take that back." And then she was like, "Wow, is this all for you?" And I was like, "Jesus, no." I was like, "No." I was like, "Yeah." I was like, "Nah." And then I was like, "Nah, I mean, we went together, right, man?" Because I needed a bailout here. This is the bro code. Like, okay, I got a couple of like double bacon cheeseburgers.
Oh, so it was like a coupon if you bought at McDonald's?
No, it was my receipt from McDonald's. And she was just looking at my order and she was like, "That's all for one person?" And I was like, no, we split that. And the guy went, he was like, I didn't go.
Oh, he broke the bro code.
He broke the bro code.
That could have been an instant bonding moment.
That,
And he
I would
failed
have
it.
been like, "You're a guest on the channel. You're my VIP mod, this man." And he sold me out, and I was like, and then I had to say the thing. I was like, "Hontoni onaka suita ne." Like, I was so
She
hungry.
asked you, is this all for...
Well, she was like teasing because I go in there and I order it, and it keeps getting worse and worse, right? So like normally I go in there and I always just get a iced coffee, right? That's it. And they were saying like, "Oh, we have these new, Mary Berry Christmas lattes." And I was like, "No, I'm on a diet, so I've been on a diet for 12 years." But I was like, "No, I just want the 0-calorie coffee." And then she was like, "Diet desu ka?" I know. It was
that's brutal.
And I was like,
That's so BM.
Why
I
catching
know.
strays like that?
I don't
What
know.
the
And I was
fuck?
like, "One more coffee, please."
She's not letting you forget it.
I get to Ludge and I immediately get I get there and I have these Japanese snacks that I bought for QT. And I immediately get put on live stream fails, and the title is premiertwo, which isn't even my name anymore, Clipper. So whoever did that, you didn't even get my name right. It's Peter. He wrote premiertwo is a racist to Fan, who's a streamer who I've never met. And this had like 200 comments within, and I was like, "What?" So what happened was, I have all these treats that I'd got them. And Cutie says, "Pete, Lud's streaming right now. Just make yourself comfortable." I was like, "Okay." She goes, "We're cooking and we're doing a stream. Do you want some chili?" I said, "I'm okay." "Oh, actually, I brought you a gift. Do you want me to give it to you now? Is that okay?" And she goes, "Yeah, bring it on." So I have the Tokyo banana, the mango Kit Kats, the blueberry Sandos. I've got the
classics.
I got the good
Just
stuff.
choose.
Yeah.
So as I'm stepping into camera frame,
Yep.
I say, "Sumimasen, onegai shimasu." That's what you do here. That's what you do. I'm
Yeah.
interrupting their thing.
Yeah.
And Fan makes a joke saying, "Whoa, are you saying that because I'm Asian?" And I was like, no. I didn't. She's like, "I'm Chinese. I don't." And I was like, "I was not talking to you directly. I was globally speaking."
Yeah.
I thought it was very funny.
It was.
Yeah.
And like she was joking and I was joking.
Yeah.
And we had a nice little moment. But people were like, "These white guys make me sick." Because I said, no, I'm from Japan. They were like, "He's been there for 2 days and now he thinks he's Japanese." And they were like, "Seriously, what kind of guy walks in and says Japanese when he's in America?" And this was, it has
Meanwhile,
like,
those fuckers have probably never left their state.
they wish they were in Japan, but like they were killing me. 250 comments.
Oof.
And it's like, but most people were like, "Oh no, he's Japanese."
guy.
And he's being-
Japanese.
So it was, look, the top thing says, "I was scared that Pete did something actually racist." And it was bummed since I enjoy him.
The clickbait is insane.
So it's like, that was my first getting away from streaming moment.
Yeah.
6 seconds in, I'm on LSL whatever for the first time ever, and I'm called a racist. So
Yeah, that was me with dabbing. 2016, every photo of me
Remember
is me
Joey?
dabbing.
No way.
Yeah. Remember the Joey dabbing era?
Oh, yeah.
Did you plank?
I still don't know what that means. I thought that was a sex thing. I thought it's like Prince William likes getting planked. I thought that was a phrase. Is that not the phrase? Or is that like pegged? I think it might be pegged.
Does Prince William like
I
getting...
don't know what either of... I thought planking and pegging was the same meme.
No.
So I think it's pegged.
Yeah, it's
pegged.
Yeah, it's pegged. Whoops. So I saw that.
Did you partake in pegging?
No. So because I was unfamiliar with both phrases, I just
Use them interchangeably?
I just never did any of it.
I see, smart.
I just
I
kind of...
can just imagine people being like, yeah, so I saw my friend the other day doing the pegging challenge.
Well,
It's a pretty epic video.
so what's planking? Is that where you do the thing on your wrist?
Wait, actually
Well,
as well.
technically, yes.
Kind of, yeah.
But the pegging, the planking challenge was where you would literally just lie down, face down on the ground like you're
Somewhere.
a plank of wood.
Yeah.
And the more extreme of the place you would do it, the bigger challenge it was. And there was like a lot of people who died doing this because they would do them on like
train tracks or
on like
something.
train tracks and like on like the handrails of like balconies and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and they just fall off. Yeah, people died doing this.
Why are you looking at me like...
You said it.
This also reminds me of when he didn't realize.
Oh, this was bad. This sucks. I thought Harambe died of natural causes. I don't understand. I thought it was a tragic story. And then everybody told me he was shot. This is fucking stupid.
Yeah, he was assassinated.
He was murdered.
Yeah.
So that's why everyone wanted justice for him.
Bro, Harambe would be disappointed.
How do you think he just died of natural causes?
Again, I knew the child fell in.
Yeah.
And
what, he just had a heart attack?
yeah, I thought he died of shock. And then everyone was like, they need bigger fences to protect these apes. And I thought like the child fell down and then he was like, and then and I thought that's what killed him. And then somebody was like, no, they called in like the zoo sniper staff.
Yeah, they shot him.
Yeah.
I can't
It's,
believe
the video is like absolutely horrifying. Like he's literally dragging this child.
Well,
And
It's not his fault.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's not his fault.
I just couldn't believe it because I'm pretty sure I was in Japan during this time. And so
Right.
news travels
yeah,
a
when
bit
was,
slow.
when was
Yeah.
that? 2016, I think.
2016.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I missed all of this. I missed...
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace now that I know you were brutally murdered.
Yeah.
He didn't just...
Well, since you're in Japan, did you like ever, was Grape-kun ever a thing here?
No, or Coney for president or something. I don't even know.
Oh my god! You are just bringing back like a core memory that I
don't even know.
Coney 2012?
Coney is a corrupted Ugandan warlord.
Yeah.
I thought it was like a grassroots movement
Who
in
would,
New York or something.
who would hire Ugandan children into his army.
Well, I mean, okay.
that's
This is
the
a whole...
general-
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I thought this was like a Green Party thing in the United States. And it's like...
Coney for president.
How did you think this?
Well,
It
because...
was Coney 2012 was
Yeah.
the slogan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I understand, but since I only have heard the slogan, I don't have any reference point because it would never come up in day-to-day discussions and
Japan.
while you're in Japan.
Oh,
Yeah.
I see.
And so there's a...
コネさん知ってる? Yeah, 知ってる. 大変ですね.
大変ですね. Yeah, and so, you know, you miss a lot of those flashpoint things that are important to a lot of people. I graduated in winter as opposed to like spring or summer like most students.
Yeah.
And their interviews are in like late fall. So they said, you've made it to the interview phase, but it would take about 9 more months to have.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, okay, I'll put that in my back pocket, but I'll check out like newsletters or online sources. And if I can find a opportunity, we'll see how it works. And
Right.
mine was marketed as beautiful beach town in the western coast of Japan. And I was like, let's fucking go.
Really?
And,
What's your source?
It wasn't with Jet. This was with... Like,
it was the Hart Corporation. And
What the fuck's that?
we don't know yet. I think it may have not even been a real company, but they
Just a dude in his basement.
actually...
when you arrived, it was crazy, right?
Well, man, it was such a mess. So, you know, I got hired the day before the earthquake.
Oh, shit.
Oh
so-
my god.
Then the plane and the moving was pretty rapid from there. And so I was trying to contact this source, but not be, because they were in, it was like kind of, it was in Ibaraki was where
Okay,
their head
yeah, yeah.
office was, which was kind of close enough to
Yeah.
the earthquake.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was messaging him, I was like, do I have a job? But don't answer me unless it's, you can, or,
Yeah.
you know,
It's not about me. It's not about
yeah. Like I just was
Do I have
trying
a
to
job?
figure out what am I doing. And he was like, yes, come to Japan. And I was like, I don't have a visa or anything. He's like, we'll sort it later. And I was like,
That's red flags. That's a red flag.
red flag, no way, let's go.
So you answered, you were like, tools.
So when I got there, I was on a tourist visa, and I showed up, and I took a bus by myself to Ibaraki, and it was still struggling from the earthquake. And we went into basically a basement, and there was still manila folders and files all over the floor. And the guy was just, you know, the definition of an expat who has been in the teaching game too long.
Right.
He was just like, okay, everyone, you're going to, and I was like, Niigata? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, okay, sure. And we had a 2-day training. It was bad. It was really, and so we had 2 days of training. Most of it was centered around, this is a sad thing. It was, don't be inappropriate to the children, which is, and I was like, yeah, I kind of figured that part out of my head.
You never got to tell me, bro.
We needed a course for that?
What was the...
Well, it was like 7 of the 8 hours was examples of what not to do.
Like what?
For example,
Okay.
don't show pornography. I was like, okay.
Wow, thank you for
I
telling
was
me.
like, I had that one on my bingo sheet.
Well, the Italian Senate could never. Fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, I'll delete the fucking Final Fantasy
Sorry,
7
Italians.
porn.
I guess you're out of there now.
I was like, well, 3 terabytes gone. There it went. The next one may surprise you. You're not supposed to date students.
Oh my!
Wow.
So,
Didn't know that one.
and I was sitting there thinking, what have I done?
Just another
I was
guy just got up and left.
Well, I was
He's
like,
I'm out.
well, yeah, but
Did they show you like a safety video for this? Be like,
there was actually limited electricity even because they were doing like energy. And but I was thinking like, and I did ask, I was like, why are you telling us the most obvious information ever? And he was like, well, the previous people who were teaching, they all lost their contract because of a guy or girl, I don't know who it was, but like did something inappropriate. Oh my so God. The entire, and it wasn't that company. It was a different, and then they got hired. So my contract was only for 3 months. So we were the replacements, and I guess they were very eager not to have something happen.
Any problems? Yeah.
But I was like, okay, well, what about the actual like teaching part? I really loved this girl. She was so sweet. She was so awesome. And I was a senior and she was a junior, and I just graduated. So I was moving into the college thing and she was just becoming a senior. And I was like, well, I won't see her in the hall anymore. I should ask her out. Like, I can do this.
Yeah.
So I got all my buddies around me because that's what I did back then. I was like, I'm going to call her. Here we go. Yeah. And then we're like,
Get the boys to hype you up. I was like,
yeah.
let's go.
and I was like, it's busy.
yeah.
So I was like, it's busy. So we had to like wait, and we're like, what are you gonna say? I was like, I'm gonna let it come to me. And they're like, you should come up. I was like, I got this. So I was like, and then I was like, hey, you know. So I call her and I was like, hey, I was thinking that this would be so cool if you and I, my boys were like, I was like, yeah, we should go out and like have a date. And she'd be like, I really like that. And then everybody,
The boys were like, yo!
and she was like, I was like, sorry, they're watching sports. And I was like, you know, cut it out. And so I just got my license at 18 because we couldn't afford a car at that time until then. And but my mom was kind enough to get me this old white Cadillac, not Cadillac, but like that kind of Oldsmobile.
Yeah.
And my mom had just got a new Ford Focus. And I said, can I please borrow your car so that I could show up without like, you know, this thing that's smoking out the back. Yeah. And she was like, oh, of course, just be careful. I love you. And I was like, okay. And then at that time, my sister already moved out. So we had my cousin Justin living with us upstairs. And he was like in his mid-20s. He's like, yo, bro, you going out with the girl tonight? And I was like, yeah. He was like, what's your plan? I was like, I'm going to take her to where I used to work at the Olive Garden. And he was like, bold. And I was like, no, man, you get like breadsticks. He's like, okay, that's fine. All right. And he's like, what about after that? And I was like, well, I was working at the radio station at that time.
Yeah.
And I was a celebrity judge at an improv show.
I remember this story.
Yeah. So sorry, you have to hear it again.
No, I don't mind.
So I got.
It's this one? Oh my God.
Well, so I was like, I get to be a celebrity judge because the actual guest couldn't make it. And then he was like, dude, that's sick. He was like, all right, look, I don't know how things are going to turn out tonight, but just in case. And I was like, what is that? He was like, it's a condom, you idiot. I was like, huh? What do I do with that? And he's like, I don't have time to explain all that. He was like, just put that in your coat and don't you worry about the thing. He's like, you got this, big man.
Yeah.
And have no intention of using this. Like, I'm not interested in that at all.
Right.
I'm just trying to focus on Olive Garden, don't eat too much, and then improv show.
Yeah.
So I take the car, I pick her up, we go to the Olive Garden, and they were really nice because they were like, hey, I used to work here, what's up, man? And I was like, it's not just the free breadsticks. They gave me some other perks too, like a dessert. And I was feeling like, I was like, this is so sick.
You were
this
like
is,
the shit.
This is so perfect.
Yeah.
And then we went to the improv show, and it's hilarious. Everybody's laughing, everybody's having a good time, and I'm giving out big scores, with the numbers. And then they said, and they were like, and now we're gonna bring up the celebrity judge to do an improv game with us. And I was like, oh, I fucking killed. It was awesome. It was so funny. In my memory, people are going like, Pete. But I don't think my name was Kramer, I guess. But they were like, people were going nuts. Everybody was like vibing, and everyone was coming up to me, like, man, that was so funny what you did. And I was like, oh, thanks. And I looked at her and I was like, yeah, I take an improv class at college. I'm like, I'm just feeling I'm feeling so good. So we get in the car. And she's like, I'm cold. And I was like, you can have my jacket and stuff. And I'm doing like the cool thing.
The chivalry thing?
The chivalry. I'm feeling
Of course.
chivalrous.
Hell yeah.
And I'm freezing my ass off. But we're driving around. And I said, well, it's only like 9:30, 9:45. Do you know we can go home? Or I could drive us around for a while. And she's like, I'd like that. I was like, okay. So then I adopt the cool guy position where it's like,
Arm on
this
the
is
handrest.
One hand on the steering wheel.
but this isn't automatic, so I don't even need the clutch. It's just the thing that puts it in.
It's a power stance. It's a power stance.
It's a power stance.
Yeah.
And so we stop at this red light, and it's not even really, I think it was around winter because I know it's cold, so maybe we were looking at Christmas lights or something. And it wasn't even a red light, it was a stop sign. So I'm at the stop sign and I'm chilling, and she puts her hand on top of mine.
Oh.
And I freaked the fuck out and hit the gas, and I T-boned this other car coming right in front, like slammed it, like a sports car. There was like a Corvette or something. And I T-boned that because I panicked so hard. I was like, let's go. And then like I'm driving through someone's lawn, and she's like, stop the car. And I'm like, oh, what? And I'm like I'm knocking over like Christmas decorations. And I like turn the car around, and I was like, oh my God, what have I don't have a cell phone because like before I had one, but no, they didn't exist yet. So I had to go knock on the person's door who I just drove through their yard. And I was like, oh no, I'm so sorry. Can I please use your phone? And they were like, is everybody okay? I was like, yeah. And of course I checked on the other person. They were totally fine. I'd hit their passengers, and it wasn't,
You hit that passenger?
side.
Okay.
She was by herself, and I dented the front of their car, but and I think there was like a brief moment where I probably blamed someone else. I was like, didn't they have it? She was like, it's your stop sign. I was like, damn it. So it was all my fault.
Yeah.
And I look at the car and it won't start. I totally smashed the front of this brand new Ford Focus from my mom. And I was like, oh, fuck. And so I couldn't reach her because I was calling home, and I think she was with her friends, or maybe she was watching a movie. I don't know. She probably was on her 6th edible. I don't know. So we had to call her mom, and I was like, I'm so sorry. I had this accident, and can you please come pick us up? We're at this place. And she was like, yeah, are you guys okay? I was like, yeah, and I already gave the insurance. The other person's okay. They left already. Everyone's fine. She's like, okay, I'm on my way. I'll be there in like 30 minutes. I was like, okay. So now we're outside, and she gets my coat, and I'm just like, I'm so sorry. This is so embarrassing. And she was like, no, you know what? It was still a really fun night, and I had a good time. And I was like, thank you. So her mom never shows up. Like, we don't see her. We don't know. It's been like 45 minutes, and the family comes back outside, and they said, is something wrong? I was like, can I try calling home again? And we called my cousin. He was like, bro, what's up? How was the date? And I was like, I totaled my mom's car. Can you please come pick us up? He's like, what? I only have like a truck, and I've got like a deer head in the front. And I was like, that's okay. We'll all squeeze in the back. And he was like, all right, man, where you at? And I was like, I'm over here. So he comes and picks us up. Then we're driving, so the Yamanote circles around Japan. Kansas City has a similar highway called 435, which just circles the city.
Okay.
Right.
We're on 435 going back, and this girl I'm with, she's like, stop your car. Wait, I think I see my mom. Her car had broke down on 435.
Oh my God.
So we picked up her mom, and I'm in the middle between like mom and daughter. And Justin's driving with the stupid deer head in the front. And all I can see is like his eyes and like the faint outlook of like a smile above his teeth. He's like,
shitting grin.
and he was like, so how was the Olive Garden? And I was like, it was fine. And he was like, did you, I guess you're not going to need that thing in your pocket. And I was like,
No, he didn't say that in the car.
I'm not wearing
Justin's
the jacket.
a dick.
So Justin, so when she goes like this, and then she like, I swear, this is how I remember it, but there's no clean ending to the story because I think I blacked out. If you were to film it, she like pulls it out, and then the mom's looking, and I'm doing this, he's smiling, and then the Larry David music plays. And it's like executive produced by Go Fuck Yourself. And I don't know how I got out of that
Wait,
situation.
that's so evil. Your cousin did you
Dude,
so
he did.
dirty.
He didn't know that she was wearing the jacket. But that, Olive Garden, GameStop.
This is literally
so-
an In-Betweener plot.
Yeah, this is.
This is literally. Have you
So
watched
that
The
was-
In-Betweeners?
No.
This is your life.
Dude, that was
This is literally your life.
that was a pretty.
That's crazy.
That was a cool story, though.
Final Jeopardy.
Final
Jeopardy.
All right.
It's another riddle. Often crass, sometimes rude, but always, and I mean always, ready to support the boys and champion their crazy ideas. The best and worst of us, but mostly the best. That's the riddle I wrote.
This could be anyone or anything.
Often crass, sometimes rude, but always, and I mean always, ready to support the boys and champion their crazy ideas. The best and worst of us, but mostly the best.
I know who it is.
How are you guys writing it
Because I
down?
know who it is. There's only one person it can be.
I guess so.
If you write the chair swivelers, I'll be very upset.
Yeah.
So,
Look, I don't know if I'm being baited into answering this, but let's see.
all right. So
right.
here's the answer. I'm gonna say it again, and then I'm gonna have you guys reveal it, and then I'll look at the camera and I'll just say the answer.
Sure.
All right.
Often crass, sometimes rude, but always, and I mean always, ready to support the boys and champion their crazy ideas. The best and worst of us, but mostly the best. The answer is. That's right, you, the viewers at home. For 5 years, you've helped these guys out and championed them from all the different places they've broadcasted.
you.
And all the different things that they've done. Thank you to you, the viewers.
Thank you, the viewers.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Fuck!